Hello everyone, welcome to Aviation Engineering YouTube channel. So today I'm going to start a new type training course regarding Boeing 777. So Boeing 777 is the very famous aircraft in every airline because every airline is using this aircraft and it's actually very reliable aircraft. So from today I'm going to start the lessons as a chapter. So if you wish to do a Boeing 777 type rating level 3, you can watch these videos and you can get an idea and you can prepare and you can find the approved aircraft maintenance training institution and you can follow up the training and you can get the certificate. So it's depend on you, but I made these lessons as a guide for you guys. So that's why it's like I want to share these videos. And also, if you're still not a typewriter engineer, or if you still don't have any license, or you're working like aircraft mechanic or training mechanic, you can get an idea how the 777 systems. And also if you're now currently you're working with Boeing 777 because of you can watch these videos and you can get to know about the systems and how the systems works. So then it's very good for your knowledge while you're working, right? Okay, so that's why I'm making these videos for you guys, okay, as a reference. All right, so now let's go to the video. All right, so today I'm going to talk about Boeing 777, 80 chapter 0 to 80 chapter 20. In this introduction part, we'll have more parts. So today I'm going to do part 1, so introduction, part number 1. All right, so in this one, I'm going to discuss about Boeing 777 range and Boeing 777 specification table and flight control surfaces and antenna locations on Boeing 777 and the flight deck, major panels on the Boeing 777 and main instruments panel Boeing 777 and Glareshield panels and P2 center forward and P9 forward ISO stand panel and P10 control stand and P8 F ISO stand panel and P5 overhead panel and P6 overhead maintenance panel and P13 and P14 sidewall panel and P18 mat seconds observer panel. So I will discuss what things inside these panels as a general discussion. Okay, all right. Okay, so now let's go to the first one, introduction. Okay, let's see the aircraft. Like Boeing 777 is a large airplane that can fly very long distances. That's why this aircraft is used by so many airlines. So different versions have different ranges. So in this Boeing 777 aircraft have different versions. Okay, example like Boeing 777 200 extended range ER and 300 extended range and 200 LR, like this. Okay, so let's see the Boeing 777 200 is you can fly about 9,700 kilometers, right? So the Boeing 777 200 ER about 14,300 kilometers and Boeing 777 300 about 11,100 kilometers and 777 300 ER extended range can about 13,650 kilometers and Boeing 777 200 long range about 15,843 kilometers, one of the longest range. All right, and the now newest one is Boeing 777X. Newest model is up to 16,170 kilometers you can ride. So this makes the Boeing 777 great for long flights across the oceans and continents. Okay, all right, so you can see the full passenger payloads. Okay, this is the world map. Okay, you can see Boeing 777 200 247,200 kg. You can maximum takeoff weight is there. Okay, you can fly around 353 class 3 class passengers over there and 200 ER 301 3 class passengers you can fly. Okay, you can pause this video. You can just get an idea about this passenger payload. All right, okay. So now next go to the Boeing 777 specification table. So I just I just took it from another company another company lesson, so I just paste it. So you can see like a variant 777-200, 777-200ER, 777-200LR, 777-300, and 777-300ER. You can see the flight crew, or every Boeing 777 aircraft have flight crew, only 2 pilot crew, okay, captain and first officer. Then next one, capacity 200, 301 3 class, 400 2 class, and 440 max, okay. And okay, like this. So you can see the length 63.7 meters, and 200 also 63.7, 200 LR also 33.7, and 300 is a little bit longer, 73.9, and 300 ER 73.9, same, okay. So 300 is longer than 200, and the wingspan about 60.9 meters for 200, 200 ER 60.9, same. 200 LR is a little bit shorter, to 60, sorry, it's a little bit longer, it's like 64.8. 300 is 60.9, same like 200, and 300 ER 64.8, same like 200 long range. All right. Okay, the wingspan back is 31.64 degrees, and the wing area you can see like 200 and 200 ER is same, almost same, and 200 LR is a little bit long, a little bit wider, okay. And the 200 ER also same, but and 200 300 ER 300 is same like 200, but 200 ER and 300 ER is same, okay. You can say the tail height, the cabin width, okay, fuselage width, okay. You can get any general idea from this graph. Okay, now let's go to the flight control surfaces. Flight control surfaces in detail as a chapter wise. It is chapter 27. I will discuss later about the systems, how the three systems works, okay, like this. So but this one is general, it's like a cockpit explanations, okay. You can see the two main flight control systems are there. First one is primary flight controls, PFCS, control basic aircraft movements, and the high lift control system, HLCS, helps with takeoff and landing. High lift control systems used for helps with takeoff and landings, okay. Though the primary flight controls, PFCS, control surfaces is like combined with aileron, one per wing. It means two ailerons is there. It's control the roll controls, and the flaperons, they have flaperons in Boeing aircraft, like one per wing, so two wings, so assist with the roll and lift. Spoilers, 7 per wing. They have 7 spoilers per wing, so 14 spoilers for all aircraft, so helps slow down and assist roll. And the horizontal stabilizer balances the aircraft, and elevators, 1 per side, and pitch control, nose up and nose down. Rudder, we tap your control side to side. And the high lift control systems, HLCS, high lift devices, leading edge slats. They have leading edge slats, 7 per wing, so 14 for both aircraft, improve lift at low speed. And Kruger flaps, 1 per wing. They have 1 Kruger flaps, so they have 2 Kruger flaps for one aircraft, increase lift at the wing root. Outboard flaps, 1 per wing, extended lift at the wingtip. And the inboard flap, 1 per wing, like 2 for aircraft, improve lift near the fuselage. Improve lift near the fuselage, inboard flap. So the bonus, as a bonus, we'll give like when high lift devices extended, when the high lift devices is extended, ailerons and flaperons droop to increase the lift. This is like a bonus tip for you. All right, so let's see. These are the control surfaces, okay. These are the outboard spoilers. They have 7 spoilers, okay. And these are the inboard flap. This is the flaperon, and the outboard, this is the outboard flap, okay. All right, so yeah, and yeah, this is the inboard spoiler, inboard spoilers, and this is the outboard flap, okay. This is the outboard flap, this is the outboard spoiler, and this is the ailerons. They have 2 ailerons, and this is the horizontal stabilizer and the vertical stabilizer. Horizontal stabilizer have an elevator, and the rudder tab is there, and the vertical stabilizer have a rudder tab and the rudder, okay. And this is the inboard slat 2, and in here they have one Kruger flap. They have 2 Kruger flaps, and these are the outboard slats, okay. They all together they have 14 slats. All right, okay. And let's go to the antenna location. They have so many antennas, okay, because when aircraft is flying, you have to communicate with the ATZ. Right. So the Boeing 777 has different antennas for communication and navigation. Each one has a special job to help the aircraft fly safely. Okay, let's discuss what are the antennas and what is the basic purpose of this each antenna. Okay, let's see the communication antenna. Communication antennas used for taking to the aircraft traffic control and other aircraft talking, not taking, right? So for talking to air traffic controls and other aircraft. So VHF is very high frequency communication. This antenna used for short range communication with air traffic controller, and high frequency HF communications used for long range communications over oceans and remote areas. And the SATCOM, it's satellite communication, connects to satellites for global communication. And next one, navigation antennas for guiding the aircraft. Navigation antennas we use for guiding the aircraft. So the first one, like GPS, global position system, we use helps find the exact locations of the aircraft. And the VOR VHF omni range, VHF it means omni range, helps pilot navigation using ground stations. Okay, it's used navigations using ground station. And the DME is distant measuring equipment, tells how far the aircraft is from the ground station. And ADF automatic direction finder is like points to radio stations to help the directions. And next one, safety monitoring antenna. Safety monitoring antennas, you can see weather radar detects storms and bad weather status ahead. And the TCAS is traffic alert and collision avoidance systems, warns pilots about other aircraft nearby. And the ATC air traffic control transponder. Air traffic controls transponder helps to ATC track the aircraft on radar. And the radar altimeter RA, measure the height of the plane above the ground. The altimeter used to measure the height of the plane above the ground. And the marker beacon helps with the landing by detecting signals from the airport. And last one, ILS instruments landing systems helps guide the aircraft to the runway during landing. Okay, let's see the locations. Okay, you can see, you can stop the video and you can check where is this antennas location. Okay, you can see, I will tell you a few things, like you can see GPS antennas is in the up position, and here is the ATC antenna, TCAS, VHF, and these are the SATCOM high gain, SATCOM low gain, ADF, okay, HF antenna, VOR, okay, VHFC, DME R right side, and marker beacon is there, and DME left side, and radio altitude. And this one, TCAS, ATC, okay, right side, VHF right side, okay, ILS glide scope track over there inside, where the radar is in front. Okay, and the ILS glide scopes capture 3, and the localizer also inside the nose cone. Okay, all right, so now let's go to the flight deck major panels on the Boeing 777. Let's see the flight deck major panels, right? So the flight deck of the Boeing 777 has several important control panels that helps pilots operate the aircraft. Okay, they have so many panels, like you can see front panels, overhead Glareshield panel, ISO stand and control stand, and side panels and circuit breakers, and other important panels. Okay, you can see the main panels, the front panel. Okay, P1, P2 and P3. You can see P1 is there, and P1 and P2 and P3. This is called the front panel. Front panel have P1 is left forward panel, and P2 is center forward panel, and P3 is right forward panel. And overhead and Glareshield panel here has a P5. E5 area is the overhead panel, control the light, fuel and more. And P7, where is P7? P7 is the Glareshield panel, autopilot controls. P7 is used for autopilot control. And the Glareshield center panel, P55 is the Glareshield center panel. Okay, it's used for center panel, right? Okay, ISO stand and control stand, P8. Okay, let's see where is P8. Yeah, is P8. Yeah, P8 is here. This is ISO stand and control stand. This is P8 is aft ISO stand panel. And P9 here. P9 here is forward ISO stand panel. And P10 control stand, thrust lever, flap and radio controls. Okay, P10. Okay, and the side panels and circuit breakers P11, side panels and circuit breakers. Okay, P11 side panels and circuit breakers, P11 here, overhead circuit breaker panel, and P13. Whereas P13, yeah, P13 is here, left sidewall panel, P14 right sidewall panel. And the other important panels you can see, P18 mat second observer panel here, the second observer panel, and extra panel for monitoring. And P61, whereas P61, yeah, here the P61 overhead maintenance panel for aircraft system checks. 3 panels helps pilots control the aircraft safely and efficiently. Okay. Alright, so now let's go to the main instruments panel, Boeing 777. Main instruments panel. The main instruments panel P1 and P3 provides pilots with key flight information and control. P1 and P3. Okay, this is the P1 and P3 control panel. Like P1 left forward panel is here, P3 right forward panel is here. Okay, let's see what's on the main instruments panel. So the display units, there are 4 display units, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and show flight, engine, and navigation data. And the next one, instrument source selector panel. Instrument source selector panel. Let's see. Number 2, instrument source selector panel. Here is, okay, here is the instrument source selector panel. Right, so what is the purpose? Switch between backup and main instruments. Switch between backup and main instruments. Mean like you can switch the displays, right? Right. And the next one, clocks. They have they have 2 clocks. Okay, you can see 1 and 2 clocks. Okay, so clocks, what is the purpose? Display the current time. And next one, inboard display selectors. Inboard display selectors. Where is inboard display units are there? Inboard display. This is the inboard display selectors. Okay, they have 2 inboard display selectors, one for captain, one for co-pilot. And this one, what is the purpose? Change what is shown on the inboard screen. Change what is shown on the inboard screen. And the next one, FMC selector, flight management computer selectors. Okay, FMC selector. Where is FMC selectors? Okay, yeah, FMC selector is there next to inboard display selector. Okay, there is only one inboard FMC selector. Select which flight management computers to use, which flight management computers select to use. And next one, heading reference switch. Heading reference switch. Okay, where is heading reference switch? This is the heading reference switch. This is in the captain side. Okay, heading reference switch. What is the purpose? Set heading reference for navigation. And next one, brake accumulator pressure indicator. Brake accumulator pressure indicator over there. And this one shows brake hydraulic pressure. Okay, so these instruments help pilots monitor and control the aircraft safely. Right, okay, you can get an idea over there, right? This is the one I just tell you, and this is the location of the cockpit, and these are the 2 the panels, right? This is one for captain, one for co-pilot. All right, okay, and let's go to the Glareshield panels, Boeing 777. Okay, what is the Glareshield panel? This whole area we'll call as a Glareshield panel. All right, so the Glareshield panels are located just above the main instruments panel. Yeah, this is it is located just above the main instruments panel. This is called Glareshield panel. So they contain important controls for flight management and alerts. It is contains important controls for flight management and alerts. Okay. All right. So the key controls on the Glareshield panels, we can see the key controls for Glareshield panels. The warning alerts. They have warning alerts, master warning and caution lights. They have master warning and caution lights too, right? Master warning and caution lights. They have 2 master warning and caution lights, both sides. And the function is alert pilots to critical issues. Alert pilots to critical issues. And next one, master warning and caution reset switches. Okay, reset switches also they are here, the same position. And turn off warning lights after checking. Is used to turn off warning lights after checking. Next one, the flight display controls. Flight display controls. They have 3 flight display controls. First one, mode control panels, FES control panels, display selector panels. So mode control panels, let's see where is mode control panels. Yeah, here is the mode control panel. Okay, mode control panel. What is the functions? Control autopilot, altitude, speed, and heading. Okay, next one, FS control panel. Where is FS control panel here? Yes, this is the mode control panel. This is the FS control panel. FS control panel, what is the function? Adjust electronic flight displays. It adjusts electronic flight displays. And next one, the display selector panel. Where is the display selector panel? Yeah, this is the display selector panel. Display selector panel, the function is changes what information is shown on screen. Changes what information is shown on screen. Okay, the next one, communication and lighting. Under communication and lighting, they have four things like data uplink switches, they have two, and map light controls, they have two, and mic switches and clock switches. Okay, let's see the data uplink switches. Data uplink switches, here the data uplink accept, reject, and channel switches, they have two switches. What is the functions? Used for receiving messages from airline operations. And the next one, map light controls. Where is map light control? Here is the map light controls. Here the function is adjust cockpit lighting for better visibility. And next one, mic switches. Where is mic switches? Yeah, mic switches is in the right side. Mic switches is used for communications between pilots and crew. And the clock switches, whereas clock switches in the same side, they have two clock switches used for just flight deck clocks. Okay, all right, so this helps pilots manage flight systems efficiently and safety. Okay, you can see, you can stop this video and you can check about what is Glareshield panel and how it look like. Okay, and the next one, the P2 center forward and P9 forward ISO stand panels, Boeing 777. Okay, this is P9 forward ISO stand panel. Okay, P9 forward stand panel. Okay, right. Okay, the P2 center forward panel and P9 forward ISO stand panel contains important controls for flight monitoring and landing operation. Okay, so the key control of this panel, the flight display controls, they have three flight display controls: standby instruments, display units, center panel bright control. So the standby instruments, three. We can see the standby instruments. Yeah, standby instruments. You see integrated standby flight bay display units, right? Okay, they have three standby instruments, backup flight of instruments for speed, amplitude, and altitude and attitudes, right? So the next one, display units, they have two display units, screen showing flight and system information. They have two display units, is showing screen showing flight and system informations. And the center panel brightening control, they have the center panel brightening control is the adjust display brightness. And next one, the safety and landing controls, they have ground proximity light and override switches. They have ground proximity light and override switches. Okay, ground proximity, yeah, these are the ground proximity lights and override switches. They have ground proximity lights and override switches. Okay, and this console is located over there, right? Okay, and this is a ground proximity light and override switches. What is the function? Alert pilots to terrain and allows override. Okay, and next one, landing gear lever. Where's landing gear lever? Here is landing gear lever, and it shows control landing gear up and down. And the auto brake selector, where is auto brake selector? Here, yeah, auto brake selector is here. Okay, auto brake selector is here. It is used for set automatic braking level for landing. Automatic braking level for landing, remember. Okay, so the system and communications control, system and communication control. Under system and communication control, they have three control display units: ICAS event record switch, center display control source switch. So control display units, two used for flight management and system settings. And the ICAS event record switch records important systems messages and alerts. And center display control switches, source switches selects which systems control the center display. So these panels help pilots monitor flight status and safely control the landing process. All right, okay, yeah. So these are the this is the P9 forward ISO stand panel. So you can see upper display unit here and the lower display unit here. This is the center display control switch, control source switch, center display control source switch. Here ICAS event recorder. And sorry, this is the center control display, central display control source switch. And this is the ICAS event record switch, ICAS event record switch. These are the center panel brightness controls, control display unit 2. Okay, control display unit 2. This is the integrated standby flight display. And this is the landing gear lever, this is the alternate gear switch, and this is the terrain override switch, lever lock override switch, okay, if the lever is locked you can override it through this switch. Yeah, these are the ground proximity light and override switches. Okay, all right. Let's go to the P10 control stand. Boeing 777 P10 control stand. Here is the P10 control stand. You can see this is located over there. P10 control stand. Okay, this is the location of cockpit. Yeah, so the P10 control stand is located between the pilots and contain key control for thrust, braking, and flight surfaces. Okay, you can see the key control indications for flight crew and power. Flight control and power, they have three: speed brake lever, thrust lever, and flap lever. So the speed brake lever function is control air brakes to slow the aircraft, and the thrust lever controls engine power, and flap lever adjusts the flaps for takeoff and landing. Okay, let's see where speed brake lever, thrust lever, and flap lever. Yeah, here is speed brake lever, this is the thrust lever, and this is the flap lever. Okay, and the next one, emergency backup control. Emergency, they have three emergency backup controls: alternate flap arm switch and selector, and alternate pitch trim levers, and stabilizer cutout switches. They have two. So what are the function? Alternate flap arm switch and selector use if normal flap system fails, and alternate pitch trim levers adjust aircraft nose position if autopilot trim fails, and stabilizer cutoff switches disables automatic stabilizer movements if needed. Okay, let's see the alternate flap arm switch selector. Here is the alternate flap arm alternate pitch trim selector levers, right? Okay, yeah, here are the things I discussed now: alternate flap arm switch, here alternate flap selector, and alternate pitch trim levers. Here is the alternate pitch trim levers, and stabilizer cutout switches. Where stabilizer cutout switches? Yeah, this is the stabilizer cutout switches. Okay, in the future lessons I will discuss what is the real function of these switches and how it works the system. Okay, so the stabilizer cutout switch, what is function? Disable automatic stabilizer movement if needed. Next one, indicators and other controls. Indicators and other controls, they have four, like stabilizer position indicator, shows the position of the stabilized horizontal stabilizer, and the fuel control switches control fuel supply to the engine, and the parking brake lever engage and disengage the parking brake system, and the cursor control devices move the screen cursor for system inputs. Let's see the parking brake one. Where is the parking brake? Yeah, here is the parking brake lever. This one used for engage and disengage the parking brake. Okay, and the fuel control switches. Yeah, the fuel control switches. Yeah, this is the fuel control switches. Okay, and the parking brake lever we talk about. The stabilizer position indicators. Yeah, where is the stabilizer position indicator? Yeah, here is the stabilizer position indicator, and the cursor control devices move the screen cursor for systems. Cursor control devices. Yeah, where is the cursor control devices? Yeah, this is the cursor control devices. They have two cursor controls, one for captain, one for co-pilot. Here the cursor control devices. Alright, so this panel has pilot control engines, power, flight surfaces, and emergency functions. Alright, okay, next one, the P8F ISO stand panel. P8F ISO stand panel. Yeah, this is the P8F ISO stand panel. Here is the location. Okay, you can see they have center control display unit and engine fire panel and radio tuning panel here, and this is audio control panel. This is the transponder panel. This is aileron rudder trim panel, and this is the emergency evacuation panel. This is observe audio selector and light controls. Here have light controls, flight deck control panel controls, flight deck printer control. This is the flight deck printer controls, and this is the flight deck handset. This is printer paper, and the flight deck door. Here is the flight deck door panel, and here is the weather radar panel typical. All right. Okay, let's see the functions. The P8F ISO stand panel contain important controls for flight system, safety, and communication. And the key controls on P8F ISO stand panels are the flight and engine monitoring. Under flight and engine monitoring, they have three control display units. They have three, and the engine fire panels and weather radar panel. In control display unit, this displays critical flight and engine information. Engine fire panel monitors engine fire detection and control. Weather radar panel controls the aircraft weather radar. And under communication and navigations, they have 4 radio tuning panel, audio control panel, transponder panel, flight deck, etc. Radio tuning panel used for adjust the radio frequencies, and audio control panel controls cockpit audio and communication, and transponder panel sends aircraft identification signals to air traffic control, and flight deck handset allows communications between cockpit and crew. And next one, emergency safety. Under emergency safety, they have 3 emergency evacuation panel, aileron rudder trim panel, flight deck door lock switch. This is emergency, right? So the emergency evacuation panel activates evacuation signals and controls, and aileron rudder trim panel adjusts trim for aileron and rudder control surfaces, and flight deck door lock switch controls the locking of the cockpit door. Next one, other controls, observer audio selector, select audio for the observer or co-pilot, and the flight controls adjust cockpit lighting, and the flight deck prints flight informations and reports. Okay, so these panels helps pilots manage engine communication and safety systems during flight. Okay, you can see, go through, this is the P8 FISL standby panel. Just remember it. Okay, just situated in this location. Okay, next one, P5 overhead panel. This one is the P5 overhead panel. Here is the P5 overhead panel. Most of the controls are there. Alright, so the P5 overhead panels has various controls for managing critical flight systems and functions. Below are the key controls. The key controls and functions here, right? So the number 1, Air Data Initial Reference System, ADIRS. Where is the location? Number 1, this is the Air Data Initial Reference System. ADIRS over there provides the aircraft with the necessary reference data for navigation. Next one, primary flight computers. Number 2, these are the primary flight computers. This one manage the flight control systems and flight data. And number 3, electrical system and APU. Where is number 3? Yeah, here is the electrical system and APU controls over there. So controls aircraft electrical system and auxiliary power unit APU. And number 4, wiper controls and landscape cameras. Wiper controls and landscape cameras here. Wiper controls, and here is the wiper control, and here is the landscape camera controls. So the controls cabin cameras and wiper system. And next one, emergency lightning. Number 5 is emergency lightning. Here is the emergency lightning. So emergency lightning activates emergency lights in case of power failure. And number 6, passenger oxygen. Here is the passenger oxygen is there. So supplies oxygen to passenger in case of cabin depressurization. And the window seat, number 7 is window heat. This is the window heat. You can see side, forward side, both side window heat. So prevents window frosting and fogging. And the ram air turbine, number 8. Where is number 8? Yeah, here is the ram air turbine. Okay, this is used for ram air turbine. Deploys for emergency power in case of engine failure. And number 9, hydraulic. Yeah, here is the hydraulic. You can see this section is for hydraulic. Okay, left engine, right engine. Okay, C1, C2, right? Hydraulic system, we will discuss about the hydraulic system later. So what is the purpose? Monitors and controls aircraft hydraulic system. And number 10, passenger signs. Number 10, where is number 10? Number 10 here. Here is the passenger signs. Passenger signs used for control seat belt and no smoking sign. To control seat belt and no smoking signs. And the APU and cargo flyer. 11, APU and cargo flyer. Here is a cargo flyer, right? APU and cargo flyer is for this section, used for manage APU and cargo system. Number 12, engine start. Here number 12, engine start. And number is use control and engine starter process. Number 13, fuel jettison is useful. Fuel jettisons allows fuel to be jettisons in an emergency situations. Number 13, where is the location? Here is the fuel jettison. Okay, right? And the next one, fuel management. Manage fuel distributions and usage. Number 14 is fuel management. Yeah, here is the fuel management. Okay, here is the fuel management. Number 15, anti-ice systems. Activate anti-ice for engine and airframe. Number 15 is anti-ice system. Activates anti-ice and for engines and airframe. And number 16, air conditioning. Where is number 16? Yeah, here is number 16. This section is used for air conditioning system. And number 17, bleed air system. Number 17, bleed air system. This is used for bleed air system. Manage air supply from engines for pressurization and heating. And number 18, pressurization control. This section is for pressurization control, controls cabin pressure for comfort and safety. 19, lightning, whereas 19 lightning is 19 is used for lightning. Manage cockpit and cabin lighting. And number 20, miscellaneous panel. You can see where, this is the number 20. This one is miscellaneous panel, used for includes controls for various systems like the therapeutic oxygen system, voice recorder system, flight crew humidity system, forward cargo air conditioning system, air cleaner systems, and cabin telephone system. All right. Okay, this is PS5 overhead panel. Next one. Next one is P61 overhead maintenance panel. Let's see what is P61. This is the P61 overhead panel. This is right. Okay, in P61 overhead panel, this is the card file. Here you have standby power switches, backup window heat over there, and flight control hydraulic power panels. Flight control hydraulic power panel. Here is APO and elect maintenance panel. This is APO and elect maintenance panel. And this is cargo temperature selector panels, cargo temperature selector panel. This is ground test and towing power panel, and this one is cockpit voice recorder. This is used for cockpit voice recorder. All right, let's see. P61 overhead maintenance panel is mainly used by maintenance personnel. P61 overhead maintenance panel mostly actually used for maintenance personnel, not for the crew, right? So the maintenance personnel for monitoring and troubleshooting the aircraft. This is used for monitoring and troubleshooting the aircraft. So the key controls on the P61 panel is system and power controls. Under system and power controls, they have 3 backup window heat switches used for control heating for the cockpit windows as a backup, and the standby power switches to backup power in case of main power failure, and flight controls and shut-off switches shut down specific flight control systems for maintenance. Maintenance and test panels. APU and elect maintenance panel monitors auxiliary power unit and engine electronic controls during maintenance, and cargo temperature select panels adjust temperature settings for the cargo hold, and the ground test switch used for testing aircraft systems on the ground, and the cockpit voice recorder panel monitors the controls and cockpit voice recorder system. And next one, additional functions, card files and ARINC 629 systems, OPAs contains, ARINC 629, the system we will discuss later, right? So don't think about it now. In future videos, you will get to know what is ARINC 629 system. So contains multiplex for the overhead panel communication system. So this panel is essential for maintenance personnel to ensure all systems are functioning properly and for conducting system checks. All right. Okay. Now the P13 and P14 side wall panels. Let's see. This is the P13 and P14 side wall panels are there. Okay. Here, heaters. You can see shoulders, foot. Okay. This is the P13 and P14 sidewall panels. Okay, so the P13 and P14 sidewall panels are located on the side of the flight deck and provides various control to ensure pilot comfort and visibility. Okay, right. The key controls on the sidewall panels are comfort controls. Under comfort controls, shoulder heater. Okay, shoulder heater is there, adjust heating for the pilot shoulders for comfort, and foot heater, adjust heating for the pilot feet. And the display and lighting controls, outboard display brightness, adjust the brightness of the outer display, and inboard display weather radar, control the weather radar display settings. Lighting control, panel floodlights, control the overhead and side panel lighting for better visibility in the cockpit. So these controls helps create a comfort and well lit environment for pilots during flight. Okay, you can see this is the P13 and P14 displays. All right. Okay. Yeah, now the P18 matte second observer panel. P18 matte second observer panel is location over there. Okay, you can see here is the PMP matte receptacles over there, and here the matte floppy disk drive and matte hard disk drive, matte flash memory module, and matte CD-ROM drive behind access door. And here is the matte cursor. Matte cursor is used control device, and which is the matte display. And second observer matte light controls over there, and this is the matte keyboard. Yeah, so the P18 matte second observer panel provides both maintenance access and additional controls for second observer during flight operation. So the maintenance access terminal matte means maintenance access terminal. Okay, remember MAT means maintenance access terminal items. MAT display means shows diagnostic and maintenance data. And MAT disk drive for loading and storing maintenance data. MAT cursor control device used to control the MAT display screen. MAT keyboard allows input and control the maintenance operation. Portable MAT PMAT portable MAT receptacle connects a portable maintenance terminal for additional diagnosis. So second observer controls, map light controls adjust the lighting for the map and chart in the cockpit, and headphone jack provides audio for communication with the crew or for the second observer. These features help maintenance personnel access systems informations and assist with flight operations. Okay, yeah, this is the P18 MAT or second observer panel in Boeing 777. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That is the end of this lesson. Thank you very much for participating in this lesson. This is part number 1, introduction. So if you still not watched these previous videos regarding Airbus 320 ATA chapters wise lessons, please watch, and also EASA examinations preparations lessons. So if you still not subscribed to Aviation Engineering YouTube channel, please subscribe. Please share these videos with your friends, relatives, especially who like for Boeing 777, because this is the first lesson, and then he can start from this lesson and go forward and learn more. And also, if you have any questions, please put a comment below. And if you like this video and if you want to tell something good, just comment below. It's an impressions for me. Yeah, that's all for today, and we will meet on a next lesson. We will meet up from another lesson. Have a good day for all of you.